All right, everybody, welcome back to hell. This hell we like to call the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. All right, hold up a minute. Actually, hang on. All right, wait, hang on. I'm sure, thanks to you guys. Okay, what is going on? Hey, here's what you got up to last week. 7 live stream. Okay, what next? Okay, I guess. Cool. All right, let's see. This is that this week or this month? This month we got 6.2 thousand views, 104 watch hours, and 58 subscribers, guys. Come on, that's amazing. That is amazing, y'all. Absolutely awesome. All right, here we go. Anyways, now that we are here, let's get back to it.
Eyes are blacked out. So although the blob has absorbed Baby's body during the burning down of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place, her spirit, the spirit of Elizabeth Afton, is no longer present. It is unaccounted for. It is on the loose, and as such, potentially at large within the game. Is she, in some way, Vanessa? And if so, how? The truth is, I don't know. This game has got my brain in so many knots, I might as well be a sailboat. I don't think there's any evidence to support any conclusion at this point in time, but I do know that this is what the evidence is heavily pointing us towards. The design similarities, the missing spirit, the purple color, the ice cream, the voice lines, the personality traits, and again, the narrative theme of 3 Afton kids reuniting and moving on after a traumatic past. It gives everyone this nice full circle ending, even if it's only meant to be symbolic. And the screen really does feel like it's the end, finally, for these 3 characters.
Who's gonna tell them? No, it is in fact not the end.
Maybe next time we'll finally see some new faces. So enough about them, we're moving past those 3. There's still other mysteries that we have to solve here. What happened to Glamrock Bonnie? Who is Patient 46 and why are they here? What's the deal with that room full of post-it notes? Yeah, you forgot about that one, didn't you? It's important. And did you happen to notice the other missing animatronic from this game? Because I certainly did, and
Oh my lord, come on. Stop giving me these ads, bro.
I think they might be hiding in plain sight. So next time, we get to cover some mysteries that don't require us talking about dead characters getting rebuilt into robots. Scratch that, we're talking about William Afton. That's kind of unavoidable at this point. Oh, this franchise is so ridiculous. Anyway, next time, we're gonna sweep up a few other mysteries.
That's what I'm saying. The franchise is ridiculous, dog. Everyone be sure to like and subscribe. All right, let's see. Game theory, Fnaf, the clue that almost solves everything. Okay. 12 million views 3 years ago. Oh, okay, so this one's newer than this one.
Today, we end the whole...
14 viewers. Everyone be sure to like and subscribe for more Five Nights at Freddy's.
Today, we solve Fnaf. Wait, didn't we say this
Okay. We'll see. Did they solve Fnaf?
Exact same thing 7 years ago.
We'll see about that. I sure hope this ain't copyrighted. DJ Music Man and Benny and Machine Girl. I'm muting that just in case.
Game Theory, the show that reminds you that if you click the like button hard enough, it'll summon DJ Music Man to your neighborhood for a block party.
Let's go.
Go ahead, try it. Hit that like button. Didn't work? Have you tried clicking subscribe? I hear that
Already
sometimes
did.
works too. I guess you must not be clicking hard enough. I don't know what to tell you. Speaking of not working hard enough, aren't you tired of just plain boring merch? The kind that you buy and sure, it looks cool, but it just sits there on your body not doing anything interesting. Well, what if your merch was actually a puzzle? Introducing the world's first quest jacket. I know what you're thinking. A denim jacket isn't anything revolutionary, and you'd
Hold up. Let him cook.
largely be right, except you'd also be missing one of the most crucial details. Those patches, they're not just any old D&D style patches, they're clues to help you solve a much bigger puzzle that exists inside of this thing. It's not just a jacket, it's the world's first ARG jacket. You heard that right, a world first. It's not every day that you create like the first of something, but to all my research, I don't think a product like this has ever existed. We've actually been working for the past 2 years to make something like this happen, working with garment manufacturers to sew secrets into places that they've never even thought about before. Obviously, I don't want to give too much away because part of the fun is letting you guys solve this for yourself, but we pulled out all the stops to give you a piece of clothing that you can actually experience. This thing is premium to the max, and if you manage to solve it, you get a special final patch to show that you are truly the puzzle master. So go ahead, head on down to the description and
What do you mean you get a patch? If you
be a
solve
part
it?
of history. Grab yourself the first ever piece of ARG covering the major mystery, the first in our series of quest jackets. Roll an
16 viewers.
investigation
Everyone be
check
sure
to
to like
see
and
if you've
subscribe.
got what it takes. Today we finish milking, I mean covering the major mysteries of security breach. And you know what? I think I solved it. Or at least I think I've solved most of it. 7 years ago I made this video, The Clue That Solves Five Nights at Freddy's, where we
6 or
put
7
together
years
all
ago.
the pieces to
Okay, I'm
support
sorry.
dream theory. The concept that the first 4 games of the series were
Nope. We're not doing this.
all a collection of nightmares happening inside the mind of a child. In that episode, there were lots of points of evidence, but ultimately the conclusion hinged on one key design detail, the alarm that brought each night to a close at 6 o'clock a.m. A grandfather clock for 3 games and a digital clock for number 4. 3 games in the crying child's house where we see a grandfather clock, the 4th in a hospital right before he dies, which ironically enough is the one whose gameplay is happening in a recreation of the house. Oh, there's a reason this series is so difficult to talk about. Anyway, the reason I bring that video up is because today's theory works largely in the same way. Over the past few Fnaf episodes, I've been trying to make heads or tails of security breach, pulling at what, to me, felt like the strongest thread. Gregory as the crying child, reborn in a robot body. Him reuniting with his brother Michael in the form of Glamrock Freddy and his sister Elizabeth in the form of Vanessa. And we've covered a lot of evidence trying to support that claim.
Yep, we just watched that. And I just realized there's a... Oh, wait, you guys can't see it, but on the... In this ending here, there's a Roxy bobblehead on the right.
The character's design, colors, the ice cream, the voice lines, robotic eyes, the satisfying narrative arc that it provides the game's 3-star ending. I mean, it's
Anything and... Or security breach and satisfying. Those 2 words don't go together. Ever.
a lot.
Yo,
there
what up,
are 2
well
episodes
done.
that are
It's all good.
jam-packed full of discussion around exactly this. But today, I finally have my smoking gun. The clue that takes it from just a controversial theory to, at least in my mind, largely proven fact. Just like with the clocks and the dream theory, it's the one clue that is so specific, so intentional that it confirms that this was the main intent of the game. Until, of course, they decide to retcon it all due to bad audience feedback to keep the franchise going for another 7 years.
Wait, what?
Sorry guys, I hate to say it, but I think I'm unfortunately right this time. Gregory is a robot, and he's the bad with the
What do you mean
clocks
they
and the dream.
retconned?
I finally have my smoking gun. The clue that takes it from just a controversial theory to, at least in my mind, largely proven fact. Just like with the clocks and the dream theory, it's the one clue that is so specific, so intentional that it confirms that this was the main intent of the game. Until, of course, they decide to retcon it all due to bad audience feedback to keep the franchise going for another 7 years. Sorry guys, I hate to say it, but I think I'm unfortunately right this time.
Sorry, Akeem, I don't just hand mod out to anyone. Especially if you just showed it up in here for one day. Oh yeah, you charge your phone. Yo, what up, Adam? Thanks for stopping in.
Gregory is a robot, and he's the crying child reborn. And by the end of today...
But what is he talking about retconning? Like, we need to stop talking about FNAF retconning. They've never retconned. Have they potentially changed things that were not confirmed? And also by doing that, they didn't technically change anything. Yeah. Whole ton of that in Secret of the Mimic. They carefully inserted it at the beginning of the timeline, so it doesn't necessarily, so it just kind of meshes in with everything, but it doesn't disrupt anything.
I think you're going to be convinced.
Very
and
beautiful
then from
work.
there, we're going to talk about how all of that factors into the game's narrative and its final mystery, Patient 46.
How do products get from
We go 5 minutes. Please, 5 minutes without an ad.
6. It all begins here, the Post-it room.
Huh. What? This is unexpected.
After
I just realized Scott and Steel Wool were probably like, no, let's fill a room with freaking Post-it notes. Oh, that'll get Matt Pat. Oh, that'll get him heated. I mean, yeah, I was thinking I was probably gonna go into Fnaf 2 and do some of the custom night challenges.
exploring the sewers to decommission Chica, Gregory winds up here, a room full of glowing staff bot heads and lots of Post-it reminders on literally every surface.
I just want to get through the segments and see what he gets from these Post-it notes, because I'm not going through each and every single one of those Post-it notes to find any semblance of anything. Okay, I would if he wouldn't have, but if it's an optional thing for me, then I'm not doing that. So I just want to get through this, and then we can do probably some FNAF 2.
I mean, this thing is a flashing neon sign that says important lore here. And
Yeah, but it's buried in a freaking haystack.
yet in online discussions, it's been largely overlooked because it's kind of sandwiched in the middle of the game, overshadowed by the animatronic spaghetti monster ending.
Well, and also, sorry, I keep pausing, but also because the quality on the sheets are really bad. I guess not really bad, but it's just like, it's at the quality where it's like, oh, well, they might not put something important on there because it's probably hard to read, but oh, they don't know Scott. They do not know him.
And even though I knew that something had to be hidden in here, trying to figure it out was like finding a needle in a haystack.
So what is this?
That's what I said, bro. That's what I said, bro. Bro, every time, every video, bro. I'm telling you, game theory. Hire me. Hire me, bro. Every time without fail.
What are we looking at here?
I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah? Is it obvious, Matt? What is it?
You get to a certain age,
Uh-huh.
and you gotta start taking notes.
Post-it notes?
Yeah, you just leave them around.
Okay.
But also there's robot heads.
So with that incredible insight, I spent literal hours off camera trying to look at every single Post-it note to make sure that I had the full picture. And the answer I got was, do not do that. Learn from my mistakes. It took me so long, only
It's been so long.
to discover that the game files had been dug up and the Post-it textures were just there in 3 simple images. Thanks to Just X.
Oh, man, that's rough. That's rough, bro. Imagine that.
Fought for uploading these to GitHub. Flush those hours of my life down the toilet. When you study these Post-it textures, you actually realize that there are 3 phases to the Post-it notes. One that's barely legible, another where the spelling and drawing improve slightly, and the final where they become nearly perfect. It looks like someone is
Okay,
trying to
nearly perfect is kind of a... The Mimic!
learn how to write and draw, slowly getting better over time. And it all begins here with a note written in binary. When you first enter the room, there's a cardboard box in the middle, which, if I were to guess, is Steel Wool trying to draw our attention to the most important Post-it clues in what otherwise is a very crowded and busy looking room. On it, we get this binary string, which translates to, why is I? That's it. The grammar, I think, is intentionally bad because this is a computer coming into consciousness, asking the question, why am I alive? And doing it written in binary, the language of machines, computers, robots. Elsewhere in the room is more binary that translates to hide. Whatever this thing is, it's scared and it's confused. It hides until it can better understand what or who it's meant to be. The other illegible phase 1 notes here are random flashing thoughts. The sky, kids, love, random glimpses of memories coming into focus. The phrase, I can feel it, is this creature coming into consciousness. And this right here, you are something family, which looks like after Afton family, but it's pretty unclear. In short, it appears to be a machine that started speaking in binary, but as more and more memories start to take hold, it begins to write in normal alphabetic characters. When you dive into the notes from phases 2 and 3, though, things start to get much clearer. It's mainly images and text revolving around birthday parties, happy place, birthday time, family, a pile of presents, some cake, let's get snacked.
The Scooby Fazbear community? What does that mean, dog? We don't do no Scooby-Doo around here.
Fun, fun, fun.
Nothing wrong with Scooby-Doo, we just don't do that around here.
Friends Forever Pizza Time. Nothing particularly earth-shattering for a series about pizza restaurants. But then there's one posted in the Phase 3 notes that really stands out. The one clue that truly brings together the last 2 months of
Yeah, the joke's on you. I'm having fun and getting watch hours too, buddy.
research. This thing is the linchpin.
Speaking of which, everyone be sure to like and subscribe.
It's our
And well done, please stop deleting your messages. I'm actually starting to get a little, it's getting a little irritating actually now.
smoking gun, my friends. And it all boils down to a present alongside 3 simple words, all for me. The party was all for me. Does that mean anything to you? Because it certainly does for me. You see, in the Fnaf Survival Logbook, a seemingly innocuous workbook full of pizzeria-themed activities, you have 3 voices
I have it right here.
speaking through the pages. Michael Afton, writing his answers in red pen, the vengeful spirit Cassidy using lightly faded text, and the crying child altering the physical text of the book. One conversation that happens between Cassidy and the crying child plays out like this. Cassidy says, "The party was for you," and the crying child
Please don't tell me that the intention of that was to make Chica dab. Tell me that that is not. Wait, hang on. What does he mean at the what's it called? What was altered about that text? Did it say it?
responds, "It was for me. All for me." Suddenly, all the party imagery makes sense.
What? It was for me? Where does that say that? And
The balloons, the cake, the kids. This is the bite victim, the crying child, coming into consciousness and remembering the birthday party that took his life. And using this context, suddenly everything in these notes takes on a whole new meaning. In the first phase of notes, we see a crudely drawn house with a set of arrows pointing towards what looks to be a strange set of doors. Maybe another building? Which admittedly doesn't make much sense unless this is the crying child, who, in FNAF 4...
Wait. Yeah, I know he's hating. And I don't get why. Calling us Scooby Doo because Matt Pat's like pulling detective or something. I don't really understand.
Would walk down and to the right and then back up to go to Freddy's with his brother every single day. In the Phase 3 notes, we see this close-up of a bear, which would have been the last thing that the crying child saw before his head got chomped. Blue, yellow, green, and red, those are the flashing lights above the Fredbear stage as he gets bit. Or,
it's stuff like this that, like, just this right here that just makes me question his sanity. Oh, whoops, I just realized I got the... Oh, never mind, it's sent. It's like, bro, how do you, like... do you realize this? How does one realize this?
Maybe it's the balloons on the nearby table for someone who can't tell the difference between blue and purple. Even things like hide and no hide relate to the crying child's behavior throughout FNAF 4. He hides under tables, and he is constantly made fun of for it throughout the game. We also see a lot of dialogue about running away, just like on the post-its. Digging deeper, we also start to see other patterns emerging. The number 7 shows up repeatedly as both a set of tally marks as well as a set of 6 faces with a smaller 7th one off to the side. This ties us directly back to FNAF VR, where we had a glitching purple graves.
Okay, there is something wrong with this book. Okay, so there on the back it says like, oh, there's new stuff from from including Tales of the Pizzaplex, interactive novels, Security Breach, Ruin, Into the Pit, for the Mimic. There is not a single page in here on Into the Pit. And then also the Security Breach pages. For those of you that don't know, yo, what up, Fun Time Jake? I think you were here yesterday. But anyway, there was what's it called? This book has been like reprinted like throughout the years. Like back when I was in like middle school, I think was when the first one came out. Obviously when it gets updated, it's like every like couple years because of like the new games and stuff. There's sections. The Freddy Scoop, which is pretty much the overview of the game. Gameplay and strategy, which is like ways how you beat the game, how you play. Codes, glitches, and secrets, which is that's pretty. And lore and theories, which is lore and theories. The security, every single game in here is split up like those sections. So it's split up by each game. Then there's subsections of each game like that, right? Security Breach just has gameplay and strategy, and while it's quite a lot of pages because like Security Breach is pretty big and it's including Ruin in there, there's still no lore and theories or any other stuff. Like I've heard people were like, I heard very light critique. I heard very lightly about like people. But yeah, anyway, I can't remember why I said that, but oh yeah, because I was looking here to kind of see if there was anything or theories for Security Breach, and no, there wasn't.
Stone for Afton in the middle of 7 normal gravestones. 5 missing children, Charlie the puppet, and the smaller face watching on, the crying child. As he says in other notes, all my friends. There's also repeated use of the number 3. 3 faces, 3 kids, words repeated 3 times like home, 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 and fun, fun, fun. 3 slices of pizza, 3 presents, even just counting to the number 3. So what would that mean? Well, think about it. We've seen a lot of references to a house and family throughout these post-its. Seems to me like it's a reference to the 3 Afton kids. Michael, Elizabeth, and the crying child himself. And the thing that brings all of it together isn't a post-it note, but instead the table higher up in the room where we see the staff bots arranged like a family at dinner. A mother and a father alongside their 3 kids. 1 red-headed pigtailed girl, 1 boy, and a kid with his head bit off. And just to hammer it all home, in the middle of the table, the collectible is a poster for Fredbear's Family Diner. The place of the bite. The place where all of this began. It looks like the robot finally figured out who he was, and he started to recreate his family. The robot is the crying child, which by proxy then has to be Gregory. And if you need further proof of humanoid robots in the game, Illy Becky on Reddit caught this detail from Sister Location. Humanoid heads, ones that look very similar to Gregory's.
I remember, was it Matt Pat that pointed out at one point? I remember somebody, this might have been him, different theory, but this was mentioned before.
Face. Oh, and a last thing, much to everyone's excitement, there's actually a new book series coming out later this year. A new season of Fazbear Frights called Tales from the Pizzaplex, obviously referencing the location in Security Breach. The cover of the first book in the new series, Robot Kid. There it is. Which leads us then to the last puzzle of Security Breach, the retro CDs. For those of you who don't know, there are 16 CDs around the map that you can only find once you've upgraded Freddy's eyes. From there, you take the CDs to a hidden room designed to look exactly like Mike's room from Sister Location. These CDs seem to be recordings of the therapy sessions for 2 patients. Patient 71, who we mentioned last time is clearly Vanessa, and patient 46, who we never get to hear speak. And over the course of the various sessions, 46 and 71 are set up to be direct opposites of each other. Vanessa likes flowers, patient 46 does not.
Oh, you like those? The janitor on this floor has a garden and has been putting bouquets in the offices here for years. What's the problem? Oh, the flowers? I'll move them.
Vanessa likes blue skies and doesn't like dark basements. 46 prefers it dark.
I like the blue sky. I don't like dark basements. Oh, right. Too bright. When the shade's pulled, it feels like we're in a cubbyhole or a cave, yeah?
Vanessa doesn't like candy. 46 does.
Would you like a candy?
No, thank you. Those have 35 calories apiece.
Sure, you can have a candy.
Clearly, we're meant to see these characters as opposites, which is why so many people online considered that patient 46 might actually be Vanny.
I did hear something where like that phone call line like actually like is set up for something for that, but I'm not sure entirely.
Vanessa's alter ego possessed by Glitch Trap, or even more extreme, Vanessa's evil twin sister, considering the fire ending shows us a dead Vanny on the ground and Vanessa looking down from the burning building's roof. But let's quickly talk about those two interpretations. First of all, Vanessa and Vanny are the same person. They have to be. All the evidence leading up to this game in places like Fnaf Special Delivery have pointed to a woman named Vanessa A getting mind hacked by Afton and reluctantly following his orders. And in this game, we still have pieces of evidence. For instance, in the CDs, we learn that Vanessa is buying fake fur to make the Vanny costume.
On your breaks, it looks like you were shopping for a costume. You purchased some fake fur material. What are you gonna make?
If she's not the one wearing it, why would she be making it? To me, the fire ending here is meant to be symbolic. We haven't beaten Princess Quest yet, so Vanessa's spirit is still trapped inside that burning building, but her body has died. She is one person. But could the persona of Vanny actually be Patient 46? Again, the evidence just doesn't seem to add up to that. Throughout their sessions, we get multiple indications that the therapist is speaking to a child. The way they speak to Patient 46 here,
You don't want me to get in trouble, do you? I could be put in the corner for a timeout. Yeah, you think that's funny, huh?
and again here,
Tragedy always leads to a feeling of loss. It's a hole that feels funny, right?
the way they explain simple words,
And I'm surprised by your knowledge of computers. You're something of a phenom. Do you know what that word means? It means you have unusual skill, like a hacker.
the way they point out that 46 doesn't fit into the chair.
That chair doesn't really fit you, does it?
They even mention the fact that they specifically work with children.
You know, I work with people of all ages, from little kids to the very elderly.
I understand that therapists would want to treat alters as they see themselves, but this just doesn't seem to fit. At no point do we get an indication that Vanny sees herself as a child. But now let's go back to what we assume we know about 46. They're a kid, they like the dark, they like candy, they're really good with computers. In fact, they're a bit robotic themselves, answering questions.
And then this is later supported by the GGY story from Tales of the Pizzaplex, I think.
Questions in cold, detached ways.
When I read your account of what happened, it came across as, well, more of an objective rather than a subjective narrative. Oh, sorry. You don't know what that means, do you?
Here again, we get another example of the therapist having to explain a relatively simple word. Now, look at our post-it room. It's a dark cave underground, outright labeled as "This is my home." On the central cardboard box is a drawing of candy. And a robot would be emotionally detached and would also be great at hacking. Heck, the therapist does tell patient 46 to write down their feelings.
I suggested you write down exactly what made you so sad and scared.
And if this room isn't an example of that, I don't know what is. Taking it one step further, if I'm right in saying that Gregory is indeed the robot that came into consciousness here, that's why he doesn't fit into the chair. He's a kid. That's also the reason Steel Wool couldn't let us hear 46's voice throughout these therapist tapes. It would give away the game. It would immediately take away the mystery of who 46 is, since we hear Gregory talk so much. But why would Gregory, a robot kid hiding out in the Pizzaplex, actively be seeking out therapy? He's not in a school of any kind, and he's not employed, so it wouldn't be mandated. What is going on here? Well, over the course of the 16 CDs, we listen as both patient 46 and Vanessa visit a total of 5 therapists, all of whom are implied to have been mangled to death by machinery. But the deaths here aren't arbitrary. If you track the tapes, each therapist ends up getting killed off immediately after they start asking Vanessa about encrypted messages that she's been receiving from a mysterious figure.
Your performance reviews are good, but a routine check of your online history has revealed that you spent
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked
quite
at
a
that
bit
point.
of time with someone in an encrypted conversation. We have transcripts, and I've read them.
Dead the next session.
The messages you're getting seem very manipulative in nature. You know who I'm talking about. Why won't you open up about it? These files are full of details about your life.
Again, dead the next session. When the encrypted messages get brought up to 46, same thing.
When I saw some of your recent encrypted conversation logs, at first, I thought I was looking at more examples of you just talking with yourself. Then I realized it was different. When I study this, It sounds like there is someone else responding to you.
A third therapist bites the dust. The therapists cover all sorts of topics: bad childhoods, work history. One therapist even confronts patient 46 with all the other dead therapists. Nothing, no response. It's only once the encrypted messages come up that they're suddenly marked for death. We also know that it's 46 doing the killing here. The dead therapists are a complete surprise to Vanessa.
Hi, go ahead. Sit down.
I don't know you. What happened to...
Oh, we'll get to know each other in no time.
But to 46, it's just business as usual.
Why did you lie? Why don't we come back to this another day? You're shaking your head as though that's not going to happen.
He's shaking his head because he knows that now she is also marked for death. To me, all of this screams of 46 keeping tabs on Vanessa. He's going to therapy.
Alright, I'm ready for FNAF 2. Let's load it up. Good question. I'm not sure. I'd have to think about that one. Out of the main four, probably Foxy. I think I lost that one. Yep. And I can't even handle 3 animatronics. What am I gonna do for 1020 if I ever get to that? Double Trouble, new and shiny. This'll work. Yeah, I just realized that was max. Hang on. Let's do Night of Misfits. This'll be not very difficult, but oh. That caught me off guard. Wait, why is Foxy there? Bro, why was Foxy there? Did I miss him? I thought he was... Hello, Liam. Thanks for stopping in. Hang on. I thought he... Night of Misfits. Why was he showing up? He's 0. Why is he showing up? Night of Misfits. Night of Misfits. 0. Foxy is 0. Why was Bro there? Okay, I don't know if that was a glitch or something, but... Let's do Chica, Toy Chica, Mangle. So let's see. Chica, vent. Toy Chica, left vent. Mangle, right vent. Dog, I'm telling y'all, I do not want to have to deal with Foxy. Ooh, gotta be quicker than that, bud. Why is Foxy there? Dude, why is Foxy spawning? Hang on, I'm looking this up. Why is Foxy spawning in Fnaf 2 custom item when it's set level to 0? Whether Foxy spawns in Fnaf 2 custom item, even at AI 0, because of intentional game design to maintain challenge, a quirk carried over from the original. From preventing the game from being too easy. Hey guys, I don't know about you, but I think custom night... The word custom. Custom. Custom refers to a traditional, widely accepted way of... Custom definition. That's not the right custom we're looking for. No. Free will. Okay. Free will. No. I said custom definition. Oh my gosh. How do I word this? Custom definition. Customizable. We'll do customizable. Customizable. Be able to be modified to suit a particular individual or task. So, I'm pretty sure custom night should mean that you get to choose what you want in it, even if it means you don't want Foxy. You know, like here's the thing. Why even bother with... But like, so Scott didn't put the puppet in the custom night menu. Why did he put Foxy if he's just gonna say, yeah, let's do Foxy anyway. Let's just put Foxy in. Bro, come on. I guess let's just go back.
not for himself, but rather to follow her actions, making sure that she's not saying anything that she shouldn't about these encrypted messages. And when the therapists do get too close to—
I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't have the emotional capacity to deal with this right. I'm not emotional, mental capacity to deal with it right now. I wanted to do all the custom nights that didn't involve Foxy, but I guess clearly I can't do that.
the truth, they're bumped off. We learn in one of the last CDs that Patient 46 isn't being manipulated, but is instead the one doing the manipulation.
I don't think you're being manipulated here. I think you're the one doing the manipulating. No comment? Huh?
Putting two and two together would tell us that Patient 46 is the one communicating with Vanessa. He's controlling her life for some reason. In fact, 46—
What? At 3 a.m.? What are you talking about? Okay, 3 a.m. What time is it for you right now? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just going live.
appears to be the reason Vanessa is working at the Pizzaplex in the first place. One odd detail of the in-game messages is that Vanessa was not supposed to get the security job. In the message marked for deletion, we see that Vanessa's lack of security experience gets the interviewer to not recommend her for the job. And yet,
Hey, that's what I was looking for yesterday.
she's hired anyway, despite,
Good looking
as it
at.
says in another message, no prior qualifications. In both messages, we're told that it's an internal reference coming from the top that got her the job. Someone has brought Vanessa here for a specific purpose. And who better than a hacker that's
Billion
clearly established to
Oh.
be in the Pizzaplex's emails? Patient 46, Gregory. In short, it looks like Gregory
But then why is she trying to boot him out of the Pizzaplex and pretend like she doesn't know who he is?
is manipulating the situation, determined to get Vanessa to work at the Pizzaplex, following her to all her mandated therapy sessions, and ultimately killing off anyone that gets too close to the truth. I mean, after all, Gregory is not opposed to using a bit of violence to get what he wants.
We have to get these. We can upgrade you.
Whenever heartburn strikes, get
Bro, I don't get why he says upgrade like that. We could upgrade you. We could upgrade you. We could upgrade you. Ooh.
He's also not opposed to lying about it.
this upgrade. It was Chica's. Please be honest. How did you get it?
When I was in the kitchen earlier, she fell into some sort of garbage smasher.
Is she okay?
I mean, is he wrong? I mean, if you push somebody, they fall. So technically, she did fall into the trash compactor. I mean,
Well, she's still functional.
that's
But
true.
why? Why is he going to all of this effort? Well, combine it with what we saw in the post-it room. There's a family reunion
Oh,
scene.
okay, I see.
Multiple post-its referring to family, the three siblings, their house. Remember what I said earlier? A robot has come into consciousness and is trying to reclaim what he lost, his family. He wants the family back together, and so he's doing everything in his power to make that happen. Using his hacking skills, he's managed to break into staff files, so he knows that there's something off about Vanessa. Maybe he even knows that his dad's consciousness is inside of her. He's also got his brother and Freddy and his
What?
dad in the basement. The family in this game is truly coming together again, reclaiming what Crying Child once lost. And that's it. That's the whole theory done. There are definitely no holes or flaws to anything I just said. Don't look any deeper than everything I just told you. All right, fine. There might be a few itty-bitty holes to all of this explanation, namely some of the info that we get from the last two CDs. If Patient 46 is Gregory, then why is he glitching the system to make all the animatronics scarier? If he lured Vanessa to the Pizzaplex, then why would he then be avoiding her throughout the game? Why would he be surprised to see Afton in the basement if he's trying to bring the family all together? There's also the mystery of the whole parent story. 46 is said to have good parents.
None of what you said in
Oh.
your file about your parents was true. The truth is, you had great parents. A great childhood. Why did you lie?
But how would records of good parenting exist for a robot who presumably had no parents? Or the Crying Child, whose records presumably would say that he was dead? Or even if you don't believe those theories, if 46 is
Or
great,
that would say he didn't have a good childhood or good parents.
Gregory and Gregory's just a homeless kid, that doesn't sound like he would have had a great childhood or any sort of home life. But the kicker, the one to me that makes this really difficult to explain, is this email that I had long forgotten about from Fnaf AR. Strap in for this one, friends. Hey, Nat.
Hey guys, I'm probably gonna be done in probably soon here. I'm just tired. enough. I also need to figure out. I don't know if I could just keep doing the exact same thing. I ran out of gameplay, like security breach and stuff. I had. Honestly, maybe we could walk more around a security breach. But for the rest of this video, stream, I think I'm just gonna...
Yes, I hope things are good. I saw you ordered 3 lifelike human male rubber masks, and I was dying to ask what they're for.
Oh
Sounds
my
to me
gosh.
like a robot
One's from
kid is
Sister
confirmed,
Location.
But it also sounds to me like Vanessa built it, or gave rise to this robot kid. If so, then I ask again, why would Gregory be avoiding her throughout the game? I mean, the best I could come up with is that somehow Gregory escaped and is now convinced that Vanessa is trying to shut him down because of his rogue programming. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but then why would he be luring her to the Pizzaplex? It's like one half of each explanation works, but then when you try to connect it back with like the other half of the theory, they end up contradicting each other, which is really frustrating. There are 2 other options. First, the robot kid from the post-it room is entirely brand new, or the second option is it's someone that we never see in the game, Baby. Now, the first option of a brand new character, yeah, it's cool, I guess. I can't really speculate about that. It could literally go anywhere and solve everything. As for option 2, Baby, just like with Gregory, there are certain things that fit and other things that just don't. Baby, like Gregory, could want to put the family back together. Baby has always wanted to make Daddy proud, so she'd be quite happy to kill off therapists that got too close to the truth, just like we see with 46. And she would willingly spread the Afton virus to make the animatronics scary in order to bring Daddy back. If she's using illusion discs, or if she acts like she does in the books, then it's possible that she'd be able to take the form of a child and make up a backstory. She's also a character that canonically loves disguises, just like Patient 46.
It reminds you of a mask? Like a disguise? Yeah, I can see that. You like the idea of being disguised? Disguises let you be sort of invisible, don't they?
I think we already searched everything in Secret of the
Also
Mimic.
a line about the therapist being able to see Patient 46's eyes.
That's better. On this side of the desk, I can see your eyes.
And we know that Baby's eye color has always been an important detail in the past. But as with Gregory, there are still a number of holes with this line of thinking. Baby/Elizabeth likes flowers. Patient 46 doesn't. We also know Baby hates being in the basement of Sister Location. So then why, as Patient 46, would she prefer to live in a cave rather than blue sky? In short, as...
Are you struggling in calculus?
As I wrap up my overall coverage of Security Breach, I guess I gotta summarize it like this. This game is...
Okay, hang on. Okay, perfect.
Hello, Vanessa. How are you feeling today? You look a little tired.
No, it was probably like almost an hour ago.
Well, it's been a while since we last spoke. How's your anxiety been? You did so well with your calming protocols when we first worked together. Are you still using those? Yes? Okay, good. Well, now I understand there's a new issue. It came on just recently, rather suddenly. Can you tell me about it?
What issue? I've been doing my job. I come in and sit at my desk and do my work.
Yes, of course you do. Your performance reviews are good. But a routine check of your online history has revealed that you've spent quite a bit of time with someone in an encrypted conversation.
Why are we buffering, dude?
Your performance reviews are good. But a routine check of your online history has revealed that you've spent quite a bit of time with someone in an encrypted conversation.
Why are we buffering? Bro, what is the deal? You want? I can wait. We can all wait, right, guys? Alright. Oh, I got loads of free time. Alright, I'm just gonna take a nap while we wait. Okay, seriously, why are we lagging? I'm buffering. I'm...
Issue. It came...
And do my work.
Yes, of course you do. Your performance reviews are good. But a routine check of your online history has revealed that you've spent quite a bit of time with someone in an encrypted conversation.
Alright, let's... 51.
Hello, Vanessa. How are you feeling? You spent quite a bit of time with someone in an encrypted conversation. We have transcripts, and I've read them. But it's not clear what you're talking about in these conversations. I can't make sense of it. You must be getting something from these that I'm not getting, right? Who are you talking to in these?
Why did they...
Like a
why does
relentless
the...
lead.
Why does she care? Why does the therapist care about these... Bug in the game. I don't have the facilities for that. I don't know how to do that.
Sometimes I talk with Lewis.
From these that I'm not getting, right? Who are you talking to in these?
No one. Sometimes I talk with Lewis. He's in the marketing department. He's nice, I guess.
Yes, I see Lewis here. But there's someone else. Good morning. Isn't it a pretty day? No? What's the matter? Oh, right. Too bright. I'll pull the shades. Better? When the shade's pulled, it feels like we're in a cubbyhole or a cave? Yeah? So you're not talking to me again today? This isn't all that productive, you know. Don't you think the sessions are more successful when you talk to me? You know, everyone associated with this company gets performance reviews, right? When my sessions don't get results, my reviews aren't very good. If you don't want to talk for your own sake, how about for mine? You don't want me to get in trouble, do you? I could be put in the corner for a timeout. Yeah, you think that's funny, huh? Hi, go ahead. Sit down.
I don't know you. What happened to...
Oh, we'll get to know each other in no time. I've read through all your files, so I feel like we've been talking for weeks. I feel like I know your dad, too. Bill, right? Your dad's name was Bill? I'm sorry, what did you say?
I try to do what I'm supposed to do.
I know you do. Your supervisor notes that you follow instructions perfectly. Your dad made you follow instructions, didn't he? I'm talking about the custody battle between...
Oh, guys, remember from the movie? Didn't you know I was your favorite? Did you know that?
Your mum and your dad. Your dad didn't play fair, did he? He used to make your mum look bad in court. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Do you want to talk about how that felt? I suppose I don't need you to tell me it felt bad to have a parent scare you into saying things that weren't true. He manipulated you. It wasn't your fault. It's really sad. But it's common for one parent to use their child to hurt the other parent. I know your mum after she lost the custody case.
I was supposed to be a good girl.
What happened to her had nothing to do with you, even though it was your testimony that did it. Was that testimony true? No, I didn't think so. But your dad is to blame, not you. You're not going to talk to me? No? What's the problem? Oh, the flowers? Yes, these are particularly fragrant today, aren't they? I'll move them. There. Now, let's see. What are you looking at? You're amazingly alert, aren't you? All right. Well, I'd like to have you tell me about yourself. But I can see that you're not going to do that. Or are you? All right then. If you aren't going to talk to me, I'll just go by these notes. You just sit there and be comfy. Or not. That chair doesn't really fit you, does it? Well, this won't take long. Let's see. Your previous counselor is no longer available. Does that bother you? No? You don't look surprised to see me sitting here instead of your last therapist. Well, then, let's get to it. I'll admit that some of what's in your file is a little surprising. Overall, you don't come across
Don't find this interesting.
as a troublemaker, but if you read between the lines, it's clear that you have a little rebellious side, right? And I'm surprised by your knowledge of computers. You're something of a phenom. Do you know what that word means? It means you have unusual skill, like a hacker. I assume you know what a hacker is. Yes? Do you think of yourself as a hacker? Good morning, Vanessa. Let's jump right in, shall we? I got a message last night about you, and I have to be honest, it was upsetting. Apparently, the IT department has put together a pretty lengthy report chronicling non-job-related communications that have been coming to your computer. The fact that you're still doing something obviously not work-related on the job is disturbing enough. But what bothers me about what I read is that the messages you're getting seem very manipulative in nature. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I get a lot of messages from friends. I like when Lewis writes to me. He's funny.
I'm not talking about Lewis. You know who I'm talking about. Why won't you open up about it? What you might not know is that this person who's been sending you messages has been hacking into your personal files too. These are the same files I have here. These files are full of details about your life. Do you know what that means?
I'm not in the tech department. I just type on the computers.
I know that. But what matters here is that this person who is contacting you knows a lot about you.
Lots of people know more than I do. Sometimes I need to listen.
Good morning. It's good to meet you. I've read your file, so I'm up to speed on what you and your previous therapists have worked on. Sure, you can have a candy. I'll have one too. You look chill sitting there like that. Not a care in the world, huh? All right. Well, I'd like to start by talking about your parents. What happened to them and you was tragic. But when I looked through the notes, I didn't get a sense that you've processed that emotionally. When I read your account of what happened, it came across as, well, more of an objective rather than a subjective narrative.
All right, yo, I'm gonna get going. I'm a little tired tonight, so I'm gonna only go for an hour. So I'll see you guys in the next stream. Goodbye.